So in the next couple of weeks, I will find out a date or a referral or something regarding an operation to have a loop recorder put in my chest, and it will go on my heart under my skin, and that is to try and figure out why I keep fainting all the time. This is the only thing left to try and figure out what's going on. There's massive suspicions that it's early signs of POTS, which is postural tachycardia syndrome, which is comorbid with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is what I've got. But I've had some really fucking shoddy doctors. Drink more water. Bro, do you know what? I would have to eat, breathe, live, work on a fucking bog, because I'll be pissing myself every 2 seconds if I keep drinking any more than what I'm already drinking. You're fucking insulting, mate. Anyway, I absolutely hate, and I want to just stress this, I absolutely fucking hate when you tell them specifically what you're doing and you're being honest about it, and you're saying you've not smoked, you're not drinking, you're not doing drugs, you're doing everything you're meant to be doing. You know, your diet's completely changed, you're fucking drinking 3 litres of water a day, 2 cups of coffee in the morning, and that's as best you can have. Like, and you're honest as fuck, and they just don't believe you, and they just talk to you like shit. I got on a side tangent there. They're full of shit. I don't like doctors, and it's always male doctors as well. There's been 3 on them now, and I'll be honest with you, if it weren't in a professional setting, I'd probably punch him in the face. It's a good job there's laws in place, I swear to God. It's a good job there's laws in place to remind me that I actually want to stay out of prison. Anyway, the loop recorder is a little device. It goes under your skin, above your heart, and it records it, and that's going to be in there for about 2-3 years. So I'm going to be part robot, which is something that I have been asking for. However, I wanted a new body. This isn't what I bargained for. I wanted a robot, Meccano, Lego body functioning, not this shit. So, kind of sold me a dream there, sold me a lie. But yeah, it's going to record me when I have these fainting problems. And then I can figure out what we're going to do from there on. But it's going to take about 2-3 years, apparently, 2 to 3 years to get results, adequate results, is what they've said. I don't know, but the discrepancy I've got now is I've said, well, am I driving or not driving? Like, what do I do in the meantime? And the fucking stupid doctor turned around and said, well, I just carry about your normal day, until something happens. What? I'm sorry, what? The reason why I don't go out much, I don't go many places now, unless I'm with mum, is because if I faint, it might not just be an accident for me, it might be an accident to a lot of other people. If I'm walking down a main road and I fall into the road, that's the people in that car, and any cars behind them, and any cars in the opposite lane, that's a load of fucking dead or injured people. I'm not about to be the cause of that, Driving, again, same situation. I'm not about to be the cause of a fucking shit ton of people dying. I'm just not. So I'm going to have to hold off on that. So, that part of things is still not happening. So I'm kind of still stuck, unable to do things properly, safely, until we get these results. So that's where we're at with that. But I will have results, even if it takes time, I will have results. I've just got to stay alive to get the results. When the doctor's open this morning, I've got to book in another operation because there is something else that I told them about, and I said it's going to get worse, and they didn't listen to me. They said, well, wait till it gets worse then. Well, it's got worse, and I need to go for an operation. So I've got to get an appointment this morning for them to refer me for operation. Both of these operations, I'm going to request that I'm awake for them. I don't want to be put under full anaesthetic. I want to know what's going off, right? First things first, hospitals are at the moment, and in Kingsmill and everything, Kingsmill Hospital especially, I don't trust them. I want to stay alive. I want to come back out the other side of it. It's bad enough I went under anaesthetic to have my nose they said they were going to fix my nose, rhinoplasty and septoplasty, after it got smashed in. They took it out. They took my nose. There's no nose. I'm Voldemort. I'm Michael Jackson. If the wind blows wrong, my nose is gone. Right? I woke up with no nose. I'm lucky to have woke up because it did not go well, and I don't want that to happen again. So I'm going to ask that they do it whilst I'm awake. Also, if there's an apocalypse, I want to know how to operate on myself. I want to see what they're doing. If they're putting a recorder in my chest, I want to know how they're putting it in there so I know how to get it back out if I have to get it back out myself. I'm not joking. I'm not joking, right? I'm fucking serious. I need to know. Like, I trust myself to do a better job than I do the doctors. All right, that's where I'm at with this. So I've got news in the next couple of weeks of one operation to come through, and then I've got to book another one in today. And then, whilst this is happening, something else is rounding off and finishing up. In terms of work, something going off at work, and then I'll be starting a new phase of something to do with work, which is going to be interesting. And then I am looking to achieve 2 goals within the next 3 years, which just happens to take me up the full timeline of this loop recorder being in my chest and getting results on that. So 2-3 years for that to give me the results. I'm going to have 2-3 years on this next project, and I'm going to be working really fucking hard. If I can't go anywhere anyway, I may as well be putting myself to good use and doing some goal stuff, but yeah, that's where I'm at with my health. So if you want me out and about, that's still not happening yet. Very sorry, but health comes first. And I'll let you know what happens when things happen. I'll have some good news soon. I'll have some big good news soon. And then hopefully in 3 years' time, I'll have another 3-4 pieces of good news. So that's where we're at. I fell asleep way too early yesterday, finally crashing after not being able to sleep right, and now I'm up. It's like being stuck in liminal. When you're in your house all the time, you can't really do too much. It's like being in liminal space. There is no day, there is no night, there is no days of the week. It's just one long, weird liminal space that you exist in. It's a bit surreal. I think most people would go mad, but being as I'm a hermit and I'm a Virgo, I quite like being in this space. It's all right. It's not too bad. It's worse when I've got work in the morning and I've got to try and force myself back asleep. That's impossible. I'd rather just hang about like this and go to sleep and have another couple of hours later and then carry on again. Liminal space is all right. I can do what I want in it. For now. But yeah, operations. Couple of operations. 35 years old, and I've got to have another couple of operations. That's craziness. So that I can leave my house safe. That's crazy, isn't it? That's insane. Gone from being this active person that we're teaching dance and drama and doing it 4 or 5 times a week myself personally, and going to gymnastics and spinning and doing my swimming scholarship and Duke of Edinburgh and walking and biking every weekend and all these things, doing all these things to this. That's craziness. Spent all that time rehabilitating myself off all that fucking medication that they shoved me on, to now have this fainting problem. And I found out, this is interesting, I looked, because I thought to myself, I never had any of this fainting crap when I was smoking. Yeah, it never happened when I was smoking. So I looked into it, and apparently, this is interesting. So POTS is to do with weakened muscles, right, and not being able to get your blood round properly. Yeah, which means your blood pools in your feet. You can get it down, but you can't get it back up. And because you've got Ehlers-Danlos syndrome and you've got extra collagen, which makes everything extra elastic, it doesn't have the strength behind it, and then you can't get your blood up and your oxygen and get your carbon dioxide out and all this crap, right? That's how it works. That's the brief bit of science I'm going to give you. I found out that smoking actually, because of the chemicals in smoking and the chemical reaction it has in your brain, the feel-good chemical reaction, that actually contracts your blood vessels, meaning your blood can go round properly because your muscles is working right, because the fags made it work right, and that's why you don't faint. That's crazy. So all this time I've been smoking, it was good for me. Can't make it up, can you? You can't make it up. So that's got me to thinking, because nicotine is good for warding off cancer in the first place. If you've not looked that up, you best be looking that up. Not all the rest of the chemicals in the fag, just the nicotine. The nicotine is really good for warding off cancer, right? So, and we're high risk in my family. My family's absolutely fucking riddled, and I'm not going to go into that. Fags is good if you've got POTS, because it contracts your blood vessels so that your blood goes around properly. Yes, it can increase your heart rate, but because it's contracting your blood vessels, you don't have the fainting. Your blood can't pool. That's fucking insane. That's insane. So I've not been smoking this past 2 years, and this is when the fainting's popped back up. That's craziness. And if I tell a doctor that, they're not going to listen to that, because they just don't want people smoking in the first place. You know what I mean? They're trying to stop people from smoking and doing this. Actually, I need to be. I need to be fucking smoking. So now I'm going to look into that and do a bit of research for myself. Because that's really fucking interesting. And smoking were second to last thing for me to properly get rid of. Drinking were the last thing. But smoking took me ages. Because I like it so much. But yeah, go and look into that. There you go. There's some stuff for you. We'll see how it all goes.